Okay, I think we are live now. Mm, so today I just wanted to create a stream on how we can use DOM PDF to export our data into PDF using Laravel, of course. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. I haven't set up anything yet, so I have a folder here. Let's just start with installing a new project in Laravel. Let's install Laravel. We create a new project using Laravel new, and you give your project a name. In my case, I wanna give it a name of LPDF. You can either use this, or if you haven't installed that, you can always use Composer. Create project Laravel and give your project a name. Any one of these two process will work, so let's just do with that. Let's create a project. Okay, so now let Composer do its thing, and to generate PDF there are various packages available, but in this particular case we are using DOM PDF. It's a and we'll be using this package. It's nothing but a wrapper around DOM PDF package, so it's fairly easy to implement. We just need to require this, and things should work. So let's wait till the installation is done. Okay, the very first thing we want to do here is go into our folder, and it's LPDF here, and let's install this package. Let's do Composer required, and let's pull this in. Okay, this is done. So let's get inside our folder, and I want to open this folder with PHP Storm. Okay, so here we are again. At the time of this stream we are in Laravel 8, so this package uses auto discovery, and I don't think we will have to add this thing to our config file. But if you are using lower version Laravel 5 or something lower, then you might have to add these two things as well, your facade and your service provider, and you can add those in your config and app. You have your providers area here, come and paste that in, and then alias and paste that in as well. And you have to do that only if your Laravel version is around 5 and package auto discovery is not enabled. So for now we don't have to do that, and it's fairly easy. You can do that without problem. So the next step is let's set up our database. We will create some dummy users and try and export that. So I have already created our database named Scratch, and I will use that particular database, and that's it. We have set up database. Now let's run our server using PHP artisan serve, and we have our server started at localhost 8000. So let's go there, localhost 8000. Okay, we have our default Laravel application running. Okay, very good. Now let's start with generating some dummy data. So go to your database folder, and I will have to open two files here. The first one is user factory, and by default Laravel comes with this field in user table, so I don't want to add or change anything here. It's okay. We just want to create dummy data, so no problem here. Now let's go to our seeder and let's remove this comment. We will use user factory and create, let's say, 100 records, and that's about it. When we run seeder, this will create somewhere this will create about 100 records, and we will try to export that into PDF. Okay, I think we are done with dummy data as well. So let's start with migration and seeding. To migrate our table and seed data, run PHP artisan migrate, and we want to seed as well, so seed flag, and migration ran successfully, and we have also seeded our database with users table with some dummy data, so we'll export that. Okay, now that's complete, so I can close this file. Now let's start with creating routes. We'll create a route here, and when user visits that route, they will get their PDF data. So before that, I wanna create a controller here, so let's create a controller. PHP artisan make controller, and let's give it a name of user controller. Yeah, that should work. So let's add a route. We will have a get route, and maybe when users visit users/pdf, they will get this data. And let's add our controller and method. We will use users controller that we have just created, and it will have a method called export PDF. You can give any name you don't, but I'm giving it export PDF. And let's use this one here to make it smaller, so all I did was pull that with use here. Okay, now time to go to our controller app, http controller and user controller. Let's create our method, and it's export PDF, So what we want to do here is fairly simple. We will first get all our data, all our users data, and it's fairly simple really. It's not that hard. And let's get all users. Next, what we want to do here is initialize our PDF data. Okay, PDF, sorry, we want to initialize our PDF so that we can export our data. So let's just define a variable, give it a name of PDF, and there is a method load view, and what this will do is load our view, the Laravel view, which we are gonna create very soon. So this will load view, and this view will be inside PDF folder, and the view name will be users.blade.php, and we will need to pass data here. So users will contain our users data, and you can see that this class is not imported yet. So what you have to do is you have to import this class, and this class resides inside our Laravel Berry VDH, I think so. DOM PDF and facade, and let's give it an alias of PDF. So what we are doing here is we are importing this facade, and we have a static method of load view here, and what this will do is essentially create an instance of the PDF class, and it will create our PDF. So the next thing we want to do here is let's define a name for our PDF, and let's give it a name of, let's attach some random characters to our PDF, and to do that I will use string random function, and let's generate 6 character long random characters. Now time to create our PDF, and all we need to do is here we will return our PDF instance, and we will download it. And let's give it a name, and to make it a bit more clearer, we'll add users in front of the file name, and then we will attach our randomly generated name here, and then we will add our extension of .pdf. Make sure that you have this .pdf in the end, because this is defining extension. Okay, now that we have written our export code, let's start with creating view. So view is inside our PDF folder, and the view name is users. So let's create that. Let's go to resources, views, and let's create a folder here. Let's give it a name of PDF, and let's create a new file and give it a name of users.blade.php. It's exactly like Laravel view, and you can use all those features here as well. So let's create a view. Again, this will be a fairly simple view. Let's generate some our boilerplate HTML. Let's give it a title of users. It doesn't matter here, but anyways, so let's give our PDF a heading or something. Let's give a title of system users maybe, and let's display user detail on table. So let's initiate table, and our users have a name column, and we have email, and we have, let's see when they joined. So I guess that will be it. And one thing I forgot here is I have to add table row and then table header. So next thing is that we need to loop through our data and display it. So we will have users variable here. So for each $users as user, and let's end this for each. Okay, if you are confused that where is this users coming from, if you go to our controller, this is the name of the variable that will be in your view. So you will have a variable with this name, and this variable has data in this variable. So we are pulling all users in this variable, and we are passing all this data to our view, and the view will get variable name of user. So this is where it's coming from. So the users is here. Let's open up a row, and I think we need 3 TDs, and let's display our data. The first one is name, second one is email, and third one is created at date, which Laravel automatically adds into our table. So if you look at your user migration, let me open up that quickly. So we have that database migrations and users table. So this timestamp column will add 2 columns there, created at and updated at. So we will use created at here. Okay, so we have created a table, and I think we are done actually. Let's try this and see if it's actually working. So our route is, when we visit users/pdf, we should be able to look at our PDF export. So yeah, seems to be working. It's prompting me to either open or save the file. Let's open it, and yeah, there you go, very easy. So yeah, we have our data, and you have actually exported PDF. It's okay, but so far we have not added any styles here, so let's do that. First of all, I am not happy with that date. I don't need time here, so let's go to our view, and since this is a carbon instance, let's format it in certain way. For now I would like to format this as year, month and day only. So let's try. Close this, let's visit that again, open with Firefox, and here we go. Yeah, looks good. Okay, now I mean, if you don't want any style, this is it, but Let's make it a bit more beautiful. So let's add our bootstrap here. It's fairly easy to use, so I will just copy this CDN link here. So all you have to do is go to getbootstrap.com and grab the CDN link, and let's come to our PDF file. Let's import that bootstrap here, and let's add a class here. Let's add class table and see what happens. So let's download that again. And you can see that this is taking significantly longer time than when we had no CSS effect or we didn't style it. Yeah, you can see the difference here between the last one and this one, and the addition of table class has made this table go 100% width, and data is looking good as well. So I really don't want to spend too much time on styling this, but then again, let's do few more things here to make this table a bit more readable. Let's add a class called table stripped, and it will make our table fairly easy to read. So yeah, that's the first thing I will know. Second thing is that the font size is quite big. I don't like that, so let's make this small. Let's style upon the style tag, and for body let's add font size to, let's say, 14 pixels. And yeah, again, let's make our heading a bit more beautiful. So let's give it a class here. I want to give it a class of text center, so that this text will be at the center, and let's give it a class of text primary, so that the font color will be bluish. And okay, so let's try again and see. Again, you can see that it's taking quite a lot of time, so you might have to write your own CSS here to make it a bit more faster. Bootstrap is a big CSS framework, so it's gonna take some time, but yeah, the result is looking nice. So it's on center, it's blue color, but I think our strip table didn't work. Let's see what I have done. And I think this class is not working. Oh, it's not PB, it's striped. I think I made a typo there, so let's try again. Again, it's taking quite a lot of time. You might wanna consider writing your own CSS on that template, so that you have a faster PDF generation. Okay, now that's the output I am looking for. So we have a system user and we have a strip table, so that records are separate and we can read it easily. I think we have 100 records, but I don't know. Okay, let's do one more thing to make sure that we have all records and it's working. And I think the only thing missing here is, let's add a serial number here, like 1 2 3 4, so that we have kind of a record of where we are in the table. So let's add a table header of serial number, and let's put those number here. And in Laravel, if you look at the blades section of documentation, whenever you use some kind of loop, you will have a loop variable available. So this loop has few properties. You can check if this is a first element in your loop or it is a last element, but the thing that we are interested here is index of the loop. So as you already know, our index starts with 0, so we need to add 1 so that our serial number will start from 1. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's do this one more time. Okay, this is good enough. We have serial number and we have PDF, and we have 100 records because we have generated our 100 dummy data. And if you look at the name of this PDF, you can see that it's users and the random string we have already added. So every time you generate PDF, the name should be unique. I think this should give you something unique. And yeah, that's about it. You can do a few more things here. Again, this is fairly basic. You can kind of add your logo or something like that here. So but again, I'm not gonna go any further than this because this would get you started and rest of the work is kind of easy, I guess. Okay, I think that's about it. We have almost gone to half an hour of live stream, so yeah, that's about it. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. And if you want me to kind of do anything in Laravel or PHP, just comment it down below and I will try to make a video on that. Maybe if you are having some problem or something like that, maybe trying to implement a feature, just comment in here and I will try to make a video on that. So yeah, I think that's about it. I will see you in the next live stream. Bye bye and stay safe. Thanks.